Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite _UK. Let's learn, grow, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
What caught my attention is the way this team continually renews itself and experiments. The inclusion of players like Sizofola Solonsi and Nomawethu Mabenge, even after they have just recovered from injuries, shows that the coaching staff is not only focused on the present but also places trust in the potential and comeback of the athletes. This made me reflect deeply on how we perceive people in life. Sometimes, someone may stumble or face interruptions due to difficulties, but judging them solely by that moment is unfair. A strong team is one that knows how to wait, create second chances, and believe that a comeback can be even stronger than before. An initial injury caused her to miss an important training camp in early April, a shock for any athlete. Yet her recall demonstrates that the journey is far from over. In my own life, there have been moments when I felt left behind, missing opportunities due to circumstances beyond my control.
Reading this made me realize that falling behind doesn't mean being eliminated. What matters is whether one is willing to return and seize the next opportunity. Mabenge is another testament to the spirit of overcoming adversity. Knee injuries often haunt athletes, as they affect not only physical performance but also mental resilience. Her comeback after treatment made me think about the power of human will. Sometimes the greatest challenges are not the opponents on the field but the fears within ourselves, fear of re-injury, fear of losing form, fear of losing trust. But overcoming these fears can lead a person to a much stronger version of themselves. The invitation of Lerato Makua, a 7A-side rugby player, to train with the team is another interesting detail. It demonstrates the coaching staff's flexibility and open mindset. They are not confined to a fixed system but are willing to experiment and combine different resources to create new value. This made me think about learning in life.
If we only stick to familiar environments, breakthroughs are hard to achieve. Sometimes, it's precisely the outside-the-system elements that make the biggest difference. Another notable point is the journey of the South African team after reaching the Women's World Cup quarterfinals last year. That achievement is significant, yet instead of resting on their laurels, they continue to prepare seriously for the upcoming African tournament. This made me reflect on how people face success. Success can be motivating but also a trap that fosters complacency. The team's continued effort shows that they understand every competition is a new challenge, leaving no room for arrogance. The upcoming schedule against Madagascar, Uganda, and Kenya also brings a clear sense of pressure. Particularly, the coach's emphasis on the match against Kenya suggests that this might be the toughest opponent. Yet what impressed me more was his statement: he hopes the players make it difficult to choose the final squad.
On the surface, it seems simple, but in reality, it's a profound philosophy. A good team isn't defined by a few standout stars but by depth, where every position is fiercely contested. This pushes everyone to give their best, allowing no one to be complacent. In work or study, a lack of competition can lead to stagnation. Conversely, knowing that others could take your place motivates continuous self-improvement. Competition here is not about negative rivalry but mutual encouragement for collective progress. Every player has their story, injuries, opportunities, comebacks, but all are oriented toward the team's success. This reminds me that in any collective, individual ego must harmonize with the greater good. Thinking only of oneself fragments the group, yet if individuals are not recognized, they cannot reach their full potential. Achieving this balance is not easy but is crucial. Fans often only see the games, victories, or losses.
Behind the scenes, there is a long process filled with challenges and pressure. Understanding this fosters empathy and appreciation for athletes. They cannot always perform perfectly, as they are human and must confront injuries, fatigue, and mental pressure. Support matters not just during victories but even more so during tough periods. A strong team needs not only good tactics and skilled players but also the emotional backing of those who believe in them. For me personally, the first lesson is perseverance. Whether it's Solonsi or Mabenge, they show that difficulties are temporary if we don't give up. The second is preparation. Success does not come from luck but from careful preparation and continual improvement. The third is accepting competition. Instead of fearing it, we should see it as a motivator for growth. Additionally, I realized the importance of believing in human potential. A good coach not only selects the best players at the moment but also sees their future development.
This makes me wonder, in life, have I been patient and trusting enough in others? Or have I too quickly judged and overlooked those going through difficult times? Ultimately, what stays with me is not the team roster or schedule, but the spirit of the collective. The spirit of continual progress, fearlessness in the face of challenges, and willingness to adapt to improve. This is something anyone, athlete or not, can learn from. For fans, it's a chance to understand and appreciate what goes on behind the spotlight. For myself, it's a reminder that in any field, perseverance, a learning mindset, and the will to overcome difficulties are always decisive factors.
Thank you for joining us. Be persistent, keep learning, and believe in your potential. Every playground is a second chance.